Hi guys, this is Blake Anderson, and in this video I'm going to walk you through my current workflow in terms of my post-production. I will touch on color correction, color grading, as well as sound design and just some general tips of what I do in terms of editing my videos. So stay tuned. So before I start talking about post-production, I just want to give some tips about how I shoot my videos. So the main tip I would say is to shoot for the format. What does that mean? So in this video that I did for High Park, I shot it in using Instagram stories. So instead of shooting horizontally, using a Sony a7R II, which is like this, like a traditional way, I actually shot it like this, vertically. So that allowed me to get the greatest resolution and really allows you to take advantage of the full real estate of the Instagram story format. And the second tip is using the different formats that I use. So I shot this video both in slow motion using 60 frames per second, as well as a regular 24 frames per second in 4K. So the first thing I do when I'm editing my videos is I'm bringing the footage into my NLE, so in this case Final Cut, and I'm chopping up and cutting the video, just mostly getting the best shots, the ones that catch my eye. I'm not trying to overthink it too much. I'm basically just editing the shots that speak to me the most, and also ones that really tell the story. And as I do that, I'm thinking about how these shots can go together in a given sequence of the video. And I'm also thinking about, different themes. And then what I'll often do is I'll go to Epidemic Sound, which is a music repository of different kinds of music. And I will grab a song, and often this is a song, usually it's hip hop or it's some kind of edgy beat for my videos. And then I'll add that to the timeline, and I will then mark the song up in terms of when the beat hits, or when there's certain instruments or certain rhythms that happen in the song, and I'll create markers in Final Cut on top of the song. And this just allows me to edit to the beat. So after I've edited the song, refined it to the beat, I will then add adjustment layers. And adjustment layers isn't something that comes native to Final Cut, but it is actually something that I got from the internet recently. And it's just, you can basically add it through title sequences. So I'll leave a link in the description about how you can download that so that you can create your own adjustment layers in Final Cut. I like working with adjustment layers because it just allows you to refine the edit a lot, and it's just something I'm used to in terms of working in also Premiere Pro. So that's what I'll do. So I'll create the first layer, and the first layer will often be my main color correction. So once I have this base color correction on the first layer, then in the second layer, will often use a LUT. And a LUT stands for a lookup table. And using Magic Bullet Looks is, I'll use that effect, and I'll add often what's called a Blockbuster Warm. It's just a preset in Magic Bullet Looks, and it's just something that I've favored over the years in terms of just the colors that I like. It's kind of that teal and orange look that is pretty popular in Hollywood films. Once I have that LUT applied, I'll often lower it because Magic Bullet Looks often is very strong, very pronounced. So I will lower the amount of that effect so that it'll just be noticeable, but it won't be too strong. Once I have that second layer, then I'll add a third layer, and that third layer is often Mojo in other effects. That allows you to kind of add like a Hollywood look, and it does a really good job with the teals and the shadows, and also with the skin colors. It helps give that kind of orange and warm look to the skin colors. And I'll often also dial that down too, so that's not too strong. And once I apply Mojo, then I will usually what I'll do is then I'll add a Renoiser. It's another effect using Magic Bullet, And what it does is allow you to add various film grains to your video. And often in a lot of the digital cameras and DSLRs, it can give you a really kind of digital look. And so using Renoisers allows you to add a little bit more noise to your film. It allows you to have a little bit more texture to the video, and just creates a little bit more of that kind of, I guess it harkens back to, you know, earlier films. And so what I'll do is I'll add a little bit of film at the end. If the film's already noisy, then I might lighten that a bit. I might not add as much noise. But let's just say it was just a regular shot during the day and there wasn't much noise. I would then often use either compression proofing in Renoiser, or I'll use, it's actually called image vitamins. And what that does is it allows you to just add a little bit more texture to the video and just gives you a little bit more depth to the video. Once I have those 5 layers, I might make additional refinements to each clip just to kind of get the best color and the best exposure to each clip. And then I'm kind of thinking more about the story, and I'm trying to use various themes in each clip to kind of tie clips together. It could be an example of using shrubs in one shot and then shrubs in another shot. It could be using kind of thinking about a story in terms of, in this example, in High Park, I used you know, a bird kind of sequence to add a little bit of a story using actually the swan. And as you notice, I start with kind of a tree and some light of the sunlight, and then I also end the sequence as well with that same kind of light from the sunlight. So I think it just kind of closes that, I guess what we'd consider like a mini story within the larger story of the video, and it ties the clips together, I think. So hopefully this helps you with your videos in terms of your own workflow in your post-production. And if you do like this video, please like and subscribe, and definitely leave a comment and let me know what you think. Alright, thanks and have a great day.